You think you're doing everything right, polite, professional, respectful, yet people seem to withdraw the moment you speak. You walk into a meeting, ready to contribute, but the room feels colder than you remember. It's not that people dislike you. It's that something subtle in your behavior makes them uncomfortable, and no one will ever tell you what it is. You start noticing the little things. Conversations end a bit too soon. Colleagues keep their distance. Invitations stop arriving, and before long, opportunities start slipping through your fingers. Yet, you're left wondering, what am I doing wrong? Most men assume etiquette is about table manners, which fork to use, how to sit, how to behave at fancy dinners. But it's not. Real etiquette is something far deeper. It's about presence, the invisible language that tells others, you're safe around me. You're respected here. When you unknowingly break these unwritten rules, you send the opposite message. Small, unconscious habits quietly broadcast. This person doesn't get it. This person doesn't respect the social rhythm. This person makes others feel uneasy. And here's the brutal truth. No one will call you out for it. They won't tell you you're being rude or unaware. They'll simply stop inviting you, stop collaborating with you, stop opening doors for you. They'll just decide you're not someone they want to be around. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good." Etiquette, in its truest sense, is respect in motion, the daily expression of good character through small acts. How you treat others when you have nothing to gain reveals more about who you are than any speech or resume ever could. In this video, we'll explore 10 etiquette rules men break without realizing it. Tiny behaviors that silently cost you respect, trust, and connection. Pay close attention, because rule number 7 is something almost every man does in professional settings. And it instantly reveals a lack of self-awareness by the end of this video. You'll not only recognize the rules you've been breaking, but you'll finally understand why people pull away, even when your intentions are good. If you've ever wondered why you're not getting the respect you believe you deserve, this might be the mirror you need. Subscribe for more Stoic wisdom on building character and real confidence. Now, let's begin. Rule number 1. You interrupt people constantly. You're in a conversation. Someone is mid-sentence, and you think you know where they're going. So you jump in, finishing their thought for them. You believe you're being engaged, showing enthusiasm, proving that you're quick on your feet. But you're not. You're being rude, and everyone notices except you. Interrupting sends one clear message. What I have to say is more important than what you're saying. It makes people feel small, unheard, and disrespected, like their voice doesn't matter enough to finish a sentence. Over time, they stop sharing altogether, because why bother speaking if you'll just talk over them? I once watched this play out in a meeting. One person kept cutting in, excited, eager, full of ideas, but unaware that they were silencing the entire room. Gradually, people spoke less. They hesitated. Some even stopped mid-sentence, knowing they'd be interrupted. The group dynamic changed, not because ideas ran out, but because respect did. Eventually, someone pulled that person aside and said, "You don't let people finish their thoughts." They were stunned. "I'm just engaged," they said. But engagement isn't about waiting for your turn to speak. It's about listening. Truly listening. Sometimes you're not interrupting out loud, but you're interrupting in your mind. While the other person is speaking, you're not really listening. You're just loading your next comment, waiting for your turn to fire back. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we may listen twice as much as we speak." When you interrupt, even silently, you destroy that balance completely. You're doing all the talking and none of the listening. And believe me, people notice. They might not say it, but they feel it. They stop opening up because deep down, they already know you're not really hearing them. So, how do you fix this? Here's a simple habit that will change the way people feel around you when someone finishes speaking. Count to 3 before you respond. Make sure they're truly done, not just pausing to gather their thoughts. That small moment of silence communicates patience, respect, and confidence. And if you ever catch yourself interrupting, stop immediately. Say, "Sorry, please finish your thought." Then really, let them finish. It may feel awkward at first, but what you're practicing isn't just politeness. It's self-control. Learn to listen to understand, not listen to respond. There's a huge difference. One makes you appear thoughtful and grounded. The other makes you seem self-centered and unaware. Interrupting doesn't make you confident, it makes you careless. And while that habit can quietly cost you respect, rule number 2 is about something even more uncomfortable, something physical. Rule number 2, you stand too close or touch people without permission. You're talking to someone, and without realizing it, you step a little closer. You put a hand on their shoulder, give a friendly pat on the arm, maybe even touch their back as you laugh. You think you're being warm, genuine, and approachable, but the other person subtly leans away. They take a small step back. You don't even notice it, but they do. Personal space matters. And when you invade it, people feel uneasy instantly, especially in professional environments, and especially with women. Standing too close or touching without permission sends one very clear message: you don't understand boundaries. It makes people feel cornered, invaded, like they can't escape the interaction without seeming rude. And so, they start avoiding you quietly, but deliberately. I once knew someone who thought they were simply being friendly at work. Casual conversations, hand on the shoulder, standing close during discussions. They believed it made them warm and approachable. Then one day, HR called. Someone had filed a complaint, unwanted touching. They were shocked. "I was just being friendly," they said. "But what feels friendly to you might feel invasive to someone else." Here's what they didn't understand. Your physical presence can be intimidating even if you don't mean it to be, especially if you're taller, bigger, or in a position of authority. In a workplace, people can't just walk away. So when you close that distance, they feel trapped between 2 choices: their comfort or their politeness. And most people will choose politeness and silently suffer through it. But they'll remember, and they'll avoid you next time. The fix is simple: an arm's length of distance in professional settings. No touching unless it's a handshake they initiated. Even in social settings, lean toward giving more space, not less. Let others be the ones to initiate physical contact. Pay attention to signals. If someone steps back when you move closer, don't follow them forward. That's not rejection, that's a boundary. Respect it. Stand a little farther back than feels natural to you. Because what feels friendly in your mind may feel intrusive to someone else. And always remember, keep your hands to yourself. Not because you're cold or distant, but because you respect others' comfort. Violating someone's personal space doesn't usually get reported. People rarely confront you. They simply quietly exclude you from conversations, from trust, from opportunities. Fix. it before it damages your reputation permanently. If you've ever had that moment where someone took a step back when you leaned in and you realized you crossed their space, comment below. Respect the distance. Your awareness of physical boundaries doesn't just protect your image, it teaches others the same lesson. Because respecting physical space is one of the simplest yet most powerful signs of emotional intelligence. And speaking of respect, rule number 3 is about something far too common. Something you do with your phone that instantly signals disrespect. We just talked about respecting physical space, but there's another kind of distance, one that's invisible, yet just as damaging: the distance you create when your attention drifts to your phone. You're in a face-to-face conversation. Someone is speaking to you, and then you glance down. Just a quick check, maybe a short reply, a tiny scroll. You think it's harmless, subtle, something they won't even notice, but they do. They always do. Every single time you look at your phone while someone's talking to you, you're sending a silent message. Whatever's on this screen is more important than you. And that message lands instantly. You can see it in their eyes, a flicker of disappointment, a shift in their tone. Checking your phone in the middle of a conversation doesn't just break eye contact, it breaks connection. It makes the other person feel unimportant, like they're not worth your full attention. And here's the thing, people remember that feeling long after the conversation ends. They might forget your words, but they'll remember how you made them feel like they didn't matter. I once watched an entire business lunch fall apart because of this. One person, halfway through the meeting, kept glancing at their phone. Quick looks, subtle swipes, pretending to multitask. But across the table, the other person noticed every single glance. They could feel attention slipping away each time that phone lit up. The meeting ended awkwardly. No follow-up, no partnership. Later, that same person said, they just weren't really present. It felt like I wasn't worth their time. Here's the truth. You think you're multitasking. You're not. You're choosing your phone over the person in front of you, and that choice is visible. They see it. They feel it. And once they do, they decide you're not someone they can trust or invest in. Because if you can't give full attention in a 5-minute conversation, how can they trust you with something that truly matters? The rule is simple. Phone away during face-to-face conversations. Put it on silent, face down, or keep it in your pocket. Don't check notifications. Don't even glance at the time, because real respect looks like full attention. If you're expecting an urgent call, be upfront about it. Say, I might need to take an important call during our meeting. I apologize in advance. That single sentence changes everything. It shows self-awareness and respect, but constantly checking your phone with no explanation, that's not awareness, that's disrespect. Put the phone away. Be fully present, because the person in front of you deserves your complete attention, not whatever's left after you check your messages. Phone checking might seem small, but it reveals a big truth. How easily you get distracted, how lightly you treat respect. And while that habit damages connection, rule number 4 is even more personal. It's about something every man thinks he's got handled, but most get wrong. Rule number 4, your personal hygiene isn't as good as you think. You think you're fine, you shower, wear clean clothes, use deodorant. But there's something you don't realize. You're nose blind to yourself. Other people aren't single quote, bad breath, body odor, too much cologne. People notice instantly, they just won't tell you. Instead, they slowly pull away. They stop standing close. They stop inviting you to things. And you never know why poor hygiene is an instant disqualifier, both socially and professionally. No one wants to say it because it's awkward, but they act on it. Meetings get scheduled without you. Lunch invitations fade away, and opportunities quietly disappear, all because of something as simple as how you smell. I knew someone this happened to. They worked in an office, a good person, smart, capable, but people began avoiding them. Conversations grew shorter. They weren't invited to team lunches anymore. They couldn't figure out what changed. Then one day, a close colleague pulled them aside and said gently, "You need to know, there's a body odor issue. People have been talking about it." The person was mortified, completely shocked. They had no idea something so small had been silently destroying their reputation. This person thought their hygiene was fine. They worked out during lunch breaks, came back to the office still sweating, thinking, "It's fine, no one will notice." But everyone did. The smell lingered. People avoided sitting near them. Conversations became shorter. And yet, no one said anything. Not until one brave coworker finally pulled them aside and told the truth. That one conversation changed everything. They started showering after workouts, paying more attention to personal care, and suddenly, things shifted. They were included again. Conversations felt normal again. Respect returned, all because of hygiene. Something completely fixable. Yet, it had been silently costing them opportunities for months. Now, let's talk about another common trap. Cologne. If people can smell you before you enter the room, it's too much. Cologne should be discovered, not announced. One spray, maybe two. That's it. Strong scents don't make you more attractive. They make people uncomfortable. They trigger headaches, allergies, and silent avoidance. When in doubt, skip it entirely. Clean always smells better than overpowering. The basics matter more than you think. Shower before important meetings. Brush your teeth after meals if you can. Keep mints handy for conversations. Use deodorant every single day. Wear clean clothes. Not dirty, but truly clean. If you work out during the day, shower afterward. Never assume you smell fine, because you can't tell. But everyone else can. Ask a trusted friend to be brutally honest. Do I have bad breath? Any odor issues? Too much cologne? Get the truth, then fix it. Your hygiene is something you have complete control over. Don't let something so simple rob you of respect, credibility, and opportunity. If you've ever avoided someone because of their hygiene but didn't have the courage to tell them, subscribe now. The next 6 rules expose other silent reputation killers that might be holding you back. Rule number 5. You're rude to service workers. This one reveals more about your character than almost anything else. How you treat waiters, baristas, cashiers, and cleaners says more about you than how you treat your boss. Because these are people who can't offer you anything. No promotions, no connections, no influence. And how you treat people who can't benefit you shows who you truly are. If you're rude to service workers, people notice and they judge you harshly. It sends a clear signal. You only respect people who can do something for you. It shows that your patience and kindness are conditional, not genuine. And those who witness it think, if they treat that waiter like that, one day they'll treat me the same way. I once saw a business deal collapse because of this exact behavior. 2 executives sat down for dinner. One of them snapped his fingers at the waiter, barked orders, never said please or thank you. His tone, sharp, dismissive, condescending. The other person at the table stayed quiet, but noticed everything. Days later, the deal was off. When asked why, they simply said, "I can't do business with someone who treats people that way." If that's how they act when they think it doesn't matter, imagine how they'll act when it does. That's the truth. People are watching. They're observing how you treat those who serve you and using it as a quiet test of character. Because someone who's kind only to those above them isn't kind. They're strategic. And when the day comes that you're no longer useful to them, you'll see that same rudeness directed right back at you. The rule is simple. Treat service workers with the same respect you'd give a CEO. Please and thank you matter. Eye contact matters. A genuine smile matters. Patience when things go wrong matters most. Remember, these are people doing difficult jobs, not servants meant to absorb your frustration. Seneca once said, "Treat your inferiors as you would be treated by your superiors, not because it benefits you, but because it reveals your character." One man avoided eye contact completely. Another went to the opposite extreme, unbroken staring, eyes locked in intense contact that never wavered. It made everyone deeply uneasy. They felt as if they were being interrogated, analyzed, or challenged. Conversations ended early, not because people ran out of things to say, but because they wanted to escape the pressure of being stared down. Both of them lost opportunities. Both walked away confused, with no idea that their eye contact, or lack of it, was the problem. So what's the right balance? Here's the simple rhythm. When someone is speaking, hold eye contact. It shows you're listening, present, engaged. When you're thinking or processing your next thought, look away briefly. That small pause gives space, prevents staring, and makes the interaction feel natural. When you respond or make an important point, return to eye contact. That re-engagement communicates confidence, sincerity, and connection, and in group conversations, make sure to shift your gaze. Make eye contact with each person as you speak. It makes everyone feel included, respected, and part of the exchange. This rhythm, focus, brief break, return, is what feels natural, balanced, and human. To little eye contact makes you appear weak, disengaged, or even dishonest. Too much makes you look aggressive, socially unaware, or overbearing. The sweet spot in between shows confidence, honesty, and composure. You can practice this consciously. Maintain eye contact while you listen. Look away briefly when you're thinking, then return when you speak again. A simple rule: count to 5 while maintaining eye contact. Then, take a brief, natural glance away and come back. Watch people who seem comfortable in social settings. Notice their eye contact pattern. It's not constant. It's rhythmic. It flows with the energy of the conversation. And if direct eye contact still feels uncomfortable, here's a trick. Look at the bridge of their nose. They won't notice the difference, but you'll appear focused, confident, and engaged. Balanced eye contact shows social intelligence. It says, "I see you. I respect you. I'm here with you." But when that balance is off, you unknowingly send the wrong message. And that message costs you trust, presence, and connection. Eye contact balance reflects awareness. But rule number 9 reveals a mistake that costs you respect every single time. Rule number 9. You're consistently late. You think being 5 or 10 minutes late isn't a big deal. Everyone's busy. Everyone runs behind sometimes. People understand, right? They don't. Every time you're late, you're sending a silent but clear message. My time is more valuable than yours. You can wait. And people feel that immediately. They might not say anything, but they notice. Instead of confronting you, they simply stop inviting you. Chronic lateness quietly destroys trust and reputation. It signals disrespect, poor planning, and unreliability. It tells people you don't value their time, that your commitments are flexible, that you can't be counted on when it matters. And people make decisions whether to work with you, trust you, or include you based on one simple question: do they show up when they say they will? I knew someone who was always 10 to 15 minutes late. They thought it was harmless, just running behind, they'd say. Busy schedule. Lots going on. Everyone understands, but soon they notice something. Meetings were being scheduled without them. Invitations stopped. People moved on. Eventually, a colleague said it directly: "You're always late. It's disrespectful. We're tired of waiting for you." The person was shocked. It's just 10 minutes. But those 10 minutes, every single time, added up. Meetings started late, schedules shifted, time was wasted. And after months of frustration, people decided it's easier to exclude them than to keep waiting. Here's the truth about being late. It says far more than you think. It tells people you don't plan well, that you don't respect commitments, that you believe your time matters more than anyone else's, and worst of all, that you're not reliable. These are all messages you never intend to send, but you send them every single time you show up late. Marcus Aurelius lived with precision and discipline. For him, punctuality was respect in action. And Seneca wrote, "Time is the one resource we can never recover." When you waste someone's time by being late, you're taking something from them they can never get back. The fix is simple. Plan to arrive 10 minutes early. If you know you'll be late, text immediately. Don't wait until the meeting starts. When you arrive, give a brief, sincere apology. "Sorry, I'm late." Let's get started. No long excuses. No drama. Just accountability. Because being on time isn't about the clock, it's about character.